Five stars who had completely different careers before fame. Before the red carpets, blockbuster movies, millions of dollars, and worldwide fame, these celebrities were living completely different lives. One was cutting hair, another was building furniture, one worked around wild animals, another prepared bodies for funerals, and one even spent years fighting fires in New York City. Today we're counting down five stars who had completely different careers before becoming famous, and number one has one of the most incredible career transformations you'll ever hear about. Number 5, Danny DeVito. Today, Danny DeVito is one of Hollywood's most recognizable actors. He's famous for movies like Matilda, Twins, Batman Returns, and Get Shorty, as well as the television series It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But before Hollywood fame, DeVito was working as a hairdresser. He trained as a beautician and worked in his sister's salon while pursuing his interest in acting. At the time, there was no guarantee that he would ever become a movie star. But DeVito eventually decided that acting was what he really wanted to pursue. He attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and began taking acting roles. His major breakthrough came when he was cast as Louis De Palma in the television series Taxi. The role made him famous and opened the door to a remarkable Hollywood career. He eventually became not only an actor but also a director and producer. So before Danny DeVito was entertaining millions of people on screen, he was helping people look good in a completely different setting. Number 4, Harrison Ford. Today, Harrison Ford is one of the biggest movie stars in history. He's played two of the most iconic characters in cinema, Han Solo in Star Wars and Indiana Jones in the Indiana Jones franchise. But before either role changed his life, Ford struggled to find consistent work as an actor. To support himself, he became a carpenter. Ford was already pursuing acting, but the work wasn't paying enough to support his family, so carpentry became a way to make a living while he continued auditioning. And here's the incredible part. His carpentry work eventually brought him into contact with people in Hollywood. Ford was hired to do work for celebrities and industry professionals while continuing to pursue acting. Then came Star Wars. George Lucas cast Ford as Han Solo, and suddenly the struggling actor and carpenter became an international superstar. Then came Indiana Jones. The rest is Hollywood history. Ford's story proves that sometimes a completely different skill can keep your dream alive until your big opportunity finally arrives. Number 3, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's path to fame wasn't glamorous. Before becoming the star of Rocky and Rambo, Stallone struggled financially while trying to establish himself as an actor. He took various jobs to survive. One of those jobs was working at the Central Park Zoo, where he cleaned animal enclosures. At the same time, Stallone was determined to become a successful actor and writer, but Hollywood wasn't exactly welcoming him with open arms. Then Stallone wrote the screenplay for Rocky. The story was about an unknown boxer who gets one opportunity to prove himself. In many ways, the story reflected Stallone's own situation. He reportedly refused to sell the script unless he was allowed to play Rocky himself. Eventually, the opportunity came. Rocky became a massive success, winning the Academy Award for Best Picture and turning Stallone into a global star. The man who once cleaned animal cages became one of Hollywood's most famous action heroes. That's a career transformation. Number 2, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg's career before fame was probably one of the most unexpected on this list. Today, she's an Oscar-winning actress, comedian, television personality, and one of the most recognizable entertainers in America. But before Hollywood success, Goldberg worked as a mortuary beautician. Her job involved preparing deceased people for their funerals. It was difficult work, but Goldberg needed a way to support herself. She also worked other jobs while developing her talent as a performer. Eventually, she began performing comedy in theater. Her breakthrough came through her one-woman stage show, which eventually caught the attention of Hollywood. She went on to star in major films such as The Color Purple, Ghost and Sister Act, and her achievements didn't stop there. Goldberg eventually became an EGOT winner, meaning she won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Think about the journey. Someone who once worked in a mortuary eventually became one of the most celebrated entertainers in the world. Number 1. Steve Buscemi. And taking our number 1 spot is Steve Buscemi. Before becoming a famous Hollywood actor, Buscemi had one of the most unexpected careers imaginable for a future movie star. He was a New York City firefighter. Buscemi joined the FDNY,